talk to us about kind of the mechanics of the bladder? Because I feel like everybody knows what a stomach lining is. Everybody's got, you know what I mean? Everyone can point to their throat bones and muscles. But when it comes to the bladder, um, without being a urologist, you know what I mean? I feel like most people have got no idea what it is, how it works, what it's made up of. So,
Got it. No problem. So the bladder is made up of a smooth muscle. It's a muscle called detrusor muscle. And just like any other muscle in the body, it needs to be activated by nerves. And it's the autonomic nervous system, right? So even though we think we have full control over the bladder, it's really the sphincter. That's the only thing as humans we have complete somatic control over, meaning you go, stand, or sit to urinate, the first thing you do is you relax the sphincter. And that's it. You have no control over, oh, bladder, please push the urine out. That does not happen. That needs to start on its own. So the bladder smooth muscle is basically innervated by nerves from the autonomic nervous system. And one of the neurotransmitters called acetylcholine, which is used to cause most muscle contractions in the human body, is also the same concept. So it's not a very, oh my gosh, bladder muscle is like such a unique muscle in the human body. No, it's just like any other smooth muscle in the human body that is innervated by the nervous systems. All that people need to understand is that it's involuntary, meaning you do not have control over it on your own. And so when you do take drugs like ketamine, sometimes they can actually affect two things. One, the nervous system that supplies the neurotransmitter for the bladder to contract, as well as it infiltrates within the bladder, causing inflammation, leading for the bladder to not push completely. So both the nervous system and the muscle in the bladder get affected, which is why you're not able to urinate. You'll still relax your sphincter just fine and wait for the urine to come out. But if the bladder doesn't contract, either because of an impairment in the nervous system or in the actual muscle of the bladder, you will not be able to urinate.
okay, perfect. So I also wanted to know more about the porous nature because when I was researching the bladder, you know, I heard that it was like a porous kind of thing that kind of like obviously takes the water, urea, and removes stuff using like a different kind of mechanism to the stomach, which obviously I know uses like active transport and osmosis and whatnot. So could you maybe talk to me about kind of
Sure, no
that?
problem. So
Sorry to be grilling you like this.
no, no,
Uh,
no, 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 all good, all good. So most of the intricate mechanisms of how much urea is in the urine versus electrolytes and absorption, all of that, thankfully, the kidney does. The
okay,
kidney is the master organ. Bladder is mostly a storage organ. It doesn't, it's not very smart. It doesn't say you go in, you come out. If it is inflamed and if there's lots of blood vessels around it, whatever you put into the bladder, some amount will seep through into the body. But for the most part, bladder is a storage organ. Whatever the kidneys put into the bladder through the ureters, which fill it with urine, it'll store it for you. All it does is just releases it. So it's very rare that the substances that get into the bladder through the urine will actually get absorbed. All of the mechanics and the brain behind urine happens in the kidneys.
okay, 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 perfect. Thank you, Doc. That was absolutely uh, riveting. Like that was really good, and I really enjoyed all of the answers. Um, so you know, thank you for taking the time out to come speak to us. Yeah, if there's anything else that you would like to kind of share with us about, you know, anything, whether that be penis health or the weather or life or anything like that, you know, feel free.
No, I think we talked about microplastic. I think we just need to be cognizant as a society, in the concept of trying to get advanced society. I think we are taking steps back with the human body that we don't realize. So try not to use plastic. Try not to drink water from plastic bottles all the time if you can avoid it. Try not to microwave food containers. Try not to put very hot food in plastic containers. That's how takeout works, but try to avoid that if you can. Switch to paper, cardboard, some of those things. Try not to eat hot food with plastic spoons. You're definitely putting, microplastics, you're ingesting it. So just be very cognizant that, in an attempt to make our lives convenient, I think we should try not to destroy ourselves.
Recently we saw that Donald Trump was advocating for the return of the plastic straw. And that's a no-no from you, Doc. Yeah.
I think we are taking some steps back. The alternative to having paper straws melt in our mouth is also not a good idea. Just try to avoid straws in general, I think would be my suggestion.
Thank you so much, Doc. And hopefully, if there's like if everyone's like, we need you back or something like that, I'll be popping another message in your DMs or your email. And I hope you have a most blessed week. I hope I hope a million customers come to your practice, hopefully healthy or whatever. But thank you so much for taking time out to speak to little old me. And I was really blown away by your answers, your professionalism, and everything. And yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Josh.